and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer and we're back on Oakbridge Farm today. We have completed the contract that we were doing for the sorghum. So we've got the John Deere 6R here back to the farm. We need to unload the 807 litres of solid fertilizer and 513 litres of seeds. So let's get those unloaded. And then we can complete this contract. This is going to give us quite a lot of money. It's going to give us £47,633. Fantastic. So we will collect that. Okay, and that is that done. So we need to put all of these seeds and that fertilizer away. I don't really have a good storage shed for that stuff at the moment. Maybe we can put one in down the side here in a bit. But yeah, we need to get them put away today. I want to continue on with the cows today as well. We want to see if we can get those. And then I've had a thought on fields, what we might be able to do. So I was having a look around and I'd love to get field 10 with its big meadow down the bottom. But that is way out of our price range at the moment. And then I stumbled on field 38. Now, in the previous version of Oakfield, or Oakbridge, this was a sheep field. It's not so in this version. So I think we might buy that. I don't think it's a sheep field, at least. But I think we might buy that today if we get the money. It's only 117,000, did I read? Yeah, 117,000. So another couple of contracts should sort that. So to that end, we'll head down here to the shop and we'll see if we can pick up some contracts for today. Couple of good options. I think we've got a massive weeding contract on 28, and then we can go on to 9 with that as well. I was hoping for a good hoeing contract, but there's only a 11,000 on there. There is a massive bale wrapping contract still going. We know that will take us all day for that though. And there's a stone picking contract on field 6. I might pick that up as well, actually, because we've got a slightly better way of doing that. So yeah, let's get this weeding contract going. We'll borrow the items for that. And I am also going to pick up the second weeding contract, so we will just accept that. We might get that one done first, actually. It's right beside us here, so let's go grab that. I should really have got the equipment on the smaller one, but yeah, it's okay. It's the same equipment. We're fine. It's the same cost. It would have been slightly better to get it on the smaller contract. That way we're not waiting for the bigger, well, waiting to get the money from the bigger contract, but that's okay. Take this very large weeder out of here. It's good to know that we can actually get this weeder around this map. It's got big fields, but they're not the easiest fields to actually get or not the easiest fields to get large equipment to. These roads are quite small. Right, and we're coming in here, and oh, look at that field 6 where we're going to be doing the stone picking. That could really do with a good weeding as well. Bring this really far into this field, and then we'll start that off. And we'll head back down to the shop, and we want to get that stone picking contract. So I'm wondering if the stones will go in the same way as they did last time. We will see. Let's borrow the items for that then. Okay, and that's on field 6. So these two fields should be fairly easy to manage together. We should make a decent amount of money off the stones as well. And I'll go and grab one of my tractors to actually empty the stone picker. Now, the mistake I got told that we made last time was that I don't need to bring the stone picker back in order to get it emptied. We can just get it doing it on the side of the fit. Just drive up to the back of it and get it done. So that's what we're going to do today. We'll get one of our two tractors. We'll probably get the David Brown on that trailer. and then we can just drive around the field and collect the stones from the back of this. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be as lucky as we were with the last stone picking contract. I think we're actually going to have to pick all these stones up. Not the end of the world. And hopefully, with the amount of time we've got, we should be fine. So let's get this going on field 6 here. We'll leave that going all on its own, and hopefully that should just do it fine. Yep, away that goes. And then we'll bring this into here and hook up David Brown onto the trailer, and we'll just sit this at the side of the field. I don't have a huge amount of fuel in this tractor, so I'm just hoping that we're going to be okay. Otherwise, I'll have to bring my my field trailer down and do it, or we can just head back to the farm between unloading and getting that done. But yeah, it's not a huge amount of fuel, so I don't want to just leave this running all the time. So we'll leave this here for now, and when we get a full stone picker, we can go and empty it. And that brings us back to the farm, and the telehandler here, which is not starting for some reason. Try that again. There we go. Don't know what was causing that then. That was a little bit weird. So I need to find somewhere to store these seeds. We do have like big piles of storage and stuff in the main shed. So I think we might have to put that in there with us. We could do with some sort of small storage shed or something like that. Some sort of, well, maybe a pallet shed or something like that. At the moment, we're not too bad. Oh, we want to switch our wheels. We're no longer on the road, and we need the maneuverability. And there is, yeah, we've got a whole load of stacks of stuff at the back here. It's pity all this stuff isn't stuff the farm comes with. That would be quite nice. But we can stack this stuff here at the back like that. I'm completely at the wrong angle on this. Right, there we go. Big storage shed, big main shed. Pretty good for us. I probably want to move the T7 out the way because it is massively in the way where it's parked at the moment. So precision farming should be out as of this video's general release. I very much think I'm gonna get it onto here and we'll use it on this map if I can get the soil map installed on the map. So this is my personal edit of Oakbridge anyway. So I think adding that in should be pretty good, and be an interesting movement for this series. We're up to episode, I think this is episode 14, maybe 15. So we're about just under halfway through this series, and I think yeah, moving over to precision farming for the last half would be great. I might even do a demonstration on how to add a soil map onto a map if you want to play one and you want to add a soil map in. Now, once I've worked out how to do it with this one, I don't think it's too hard to do. So I'm gonna have a look and see how easily we can get it in on here, and then I'll be able to demonstrate to you guys how to do it, hopefully. Last pallet, and I want to put it next to the others, so I'm just gonna move this tractor out of the way, put the T7 in a good spot. There we are. Oh, perfect spot. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to move where we park our equipment. Either that, or I think the combine could possibly do with moving as well. I don't think the combine will fit in this shed, is the trouble. But it could go where the case is if it does. Let's see, and put that down there because I need a little bit more equipment, room for equipment outside. So it would be very useful to get the combine out the way into here. Let's bring this back. I'm going to park this in front of the D7 for now, like that. Turn that off. Then I can move. Yeah, I'm going to move this tractor out of the way. And we'll see if we can get the combine in here. If I can get the combine in here, I'm not sure. You know what? I'm not sure about that. I think this quad track over this side actually is a good place for it. I think the combine, we want a straight shot, really, in and out of here so it can go in that corner. Looks like it should have 2 giant doors at that end, which would be very useful on this shed. But nope, that appears to not be the way that this is to be done. So I'm going to park this over here, and I'm going to move the T7 pretty much back to where it was. Not in the way over there. In fact, yeah, tractors can go over this corner here. Not in the way, and easily accessible. There we go, like this. Nicely out of the way in this corner. Yes, we've got the David Brown to fit in here, but otherwise we're all good. No, I'm going to bring the combine round, see if we can get that in this shed as well, and then we should be nicely sorted out. This is going to be one hell of a squeeze. Getting it close on the left. Oh, that actually fits in there completely fine. Bigger combine and we might have trouble. But that will sit there nicely, and let's give it a straight shot out of here. Perfect. This barn is huge. I need to use that a little bit more effectively. But what that does do now is free us up some space over here to put things like our flatbed and bits like that. So that is perfect. Checking in on our stone picker. That seems to be on its 2nd headland. And it is 79% full. So that actually is making really good progress. It's 6% done so far, so it's not that fast. The weeding contract's going to need working first, but yeah, that's pretty good. And this weeder is coming up to 95%, so that's going to be finished before the end of this row. We'll just follow that a little bit further then, and this will then transfer over to the other field. We'll get the money in for this. And then we need to look at, I think, probably getting some chickens. We're going to need eggs for what we're looking to do. And also, there's contract finished. Let it just get rid of the last few weeds around here. And then there's a great demand at the debris crusher. Let's turn off the hired worker for this. This field is done. Right. Yeah, there's a great demand at the debris crusher, which is perfect. We couldn't have asked for a better day to have a great demand for stones when we're doing a giant stone picking contract. That has worked very, very much in our favor. I don't know how big of a great demand it is. Let's have a look. We don't have an indication of stones yet, so let's see. I reckon it's going to be down there. £100. That's actually really, really good. That's better than best price, which is exactly what you want for a great demand. Sometimes great demand falls down below best price. No, we actually have a great demand that is above best price, which is fantastic news. That gives full on the stone picker, so we're gonna just pull this up behind and hope this empties. Should do. There we go. Yeah, just like a combine. Empty that out there. gives us 2,000 litres, so that's a whopping £200 when we sell this. And yeah, I think we want to be back around the other side of the field, judging on where that ended up. And then with those stones collected, we can head up to here. Oh, and slightly the wrong field. I thought it was the far field. It's not. It's actually this field here. Just pull in and yeah, this can then get started on here. It'll take a little bit longer to get this field done, but it shouldn't have an issue. Am I going to avoid the tree? Yes. Okay. That is looking good. So that can get off on this field, and we'll get back up to the farm. So having sorted out all my contracts now, I want to start looking at where we can put in animals and beyond just the cows. And I was considering there's that little patch there of putting stuff in. But to be honest, we have this field here. This field is fairly flat. It's not doing much. I think we could put in a few bits of chicken, a few chicken pens and things in here. Maybe some greenhouses, especially if we were to buy field 38. That's going to provide all the grass we're going to need. So field 36 here suddenly becomes a very much more useful field to us as other things. So I want to start by putting in some chickens. And we've got a fair amount of choice here. We've got actually this hutch or this shed here would do quite well. That's an internal one. This is an external one. Trying to see where. Yeah, I want one with a good pen around it. Oh, this is 79,000 for this one. So we could do this one here. That has openings and everything there. That would fit along the back here very nicely. This holds 360 chickens. So would work brilliantly for us. And the feed is down the side there. Yeah, okay. So I could very easily put this here. Overlaps with another object. 79,000 is quite a lot for a chicken pen, is my only worry. 30,000 would be much better for us, as would 25. I think that is not really free range stuff. Alternatively, we can do 20 chickens. So that only does 20 chickens for 25,000. That only does 20 chickens. That does 300. I think I would like my chickens to be a little bit more open. So what I'm going to do is I think we will have a few of these. So that would be 100. Sorry, that'd be 20, 40, 60. Can I get it not overlapping? 60. I'm not going to fit. So we'll fit another one there then. If I can get it to not overlap. Yeah. 20, 40, 60, 80. And yeah, we could do them all the way along this area here. Like that. And then can I fit 2 more in here? No, I think it'll just be 1 more. Like that. Okay. So that's 6 chicken pens. So that's for 30,000. That's 120 chickens we can do across these. And I think the best way to do this is to open this up, and we'll take some 6-month-olds. Most we can put in here is 20. So I'm going to start with 5 in each, because I think our chicken numbers will just increase massively once they start breeding. And 5 in each one is only £55. So yeah, that's going to work out really well for us. So that is 5 chickens in each coop. Now, big question I've got is, how much food do we have for them? And we should be able to tell that in here. Do we have any? No, we do not have anything to feed the chickens here. Do we have? Well, what we're growing oats this year, which is not great. So yeah, I need to go up to the shop, and we're gonna need to go and buy a whole load of chicken feed. So I think I want to get at least 6 bags of chicken feed. We might take it as high as 12 bags, depending on how much cost is gonna be. We're not doing wheat ourselves on the farm this year, so it's we're doing oats for oat flour instead. Now if I can get a wheat harvesting contract this year, we should be able to get enough feed to do our chickens for a while. Let's see what we got here. Consumables for animals. We've got, yeah, I think the big bags are probably going to be my better bet. I think they're going to be easier for me to handle. So 6 big bags are going to cost me 9,000 in total. Okay, so we'll buy that. Yes. Okay, and then we'll buy a second set. That's 18,000 to feed the chickens. We will jump back in this and drop the trailer off. Could be more than enough chicken feed. And our ACB should be easily able to handle all of this. Might be able to take 4 bags at a time even. So this would only be 3 loads. Oh, slowly and up. Oh no, can I get 4 bags? Yes, just need to push them on a little bit to do it. Go nice and slow, steady as she goes. Get a good even distribution. Back a little bit. Got an arc when it lowers. And off. There we are. That's the first 4. Second 4. Yeah, should have bought it as a batch of 8 and a batch of 4. Just was trying to work out how much it was going to be for each set. So basically we're going to put in one of these big bags in each and then store the rest. It may be that we find that they'll take 2 big bags each. And forward and on. There we go. Nice and simple. 12 bags of chicken feed. 18,000. Definitely don't get 18,000 for when we sell wheat, which is why it's worth us getting some wheat off a contract. I think we would be able to get, well, this is 18,000. Is this 30? This is not 2,000 liters a bag, I think. So it's not 18,000 for 2,000 liters, or 18,000 for 18,000 liters. It's 18,000 for 36,000 liters, I think. Look how big one of these are. Let's have a quick look. That is, oh no, it is only 1,000 liters. So it is, sorry, 18,000 for 12,000 liters. It really is. Wow. That is not cheap at all. Yeah, there's no way that we get paid that much for wheat, which is why it's always worth growing your own to feed the chickens. Even better, apparently, is sorghum. Sorghum really turbocharges the egg production, apparently. So it's not something I've tested, but I have had people tell me, you want to feed your chickens with sorghum, it goes a lot further. The fun part is going to be trying to get into this field with this trailer from this direction. Oh, actually, we can use our own driveway. Yes, it's a complete 180 with a very long dolly trailer. We might still make it. More round. There we are, nice and clear. Down to the other end. Right, now we should be able to get some feed into each of our chicken pens. Let's undo this, and we'll take it one bag at a time. I want to see how full each of these pens get. Actually, I only need the first 6, so there we go. Right. Grab me a bag of chicken feed. Then, like, oh, come on. There we go. There we are. There we are. I think we put a whole load of wheat into the mill at the beginning of this year, or at least a whole load of chicken feed into the mill at the beginning of this year. I hope it turns into something more expensive than this wheat, because man, oh wow, how much did that chicken pen take? That wasn't that much. Which one did we fill? The last one, 750 liters. Oh wow, this chicken feed is gonna go further than I expected, which is fantastic news. Yeah, we can have this go a lot further. 750 liters a pen is great. We're just gonna have to fill up a little bit more often. It also means that I can do 2 bags at once and not worry about running out. We've got, so this half of this bag, 500 liters from this bag will go into here. So that leaves 250 liters in here. This then will go into the next one. And from that beep, our telehandler is going to need refilling as well. 2 bags at a time seems to be a really good way to do this, although I think this last one is going to be a little bit low on the final amount. Yeah, that's 1 out, and that is 2 out. Yeah, I think that's going to be maybe 250 short. Let's have a look. So full capacity, full capacity, full capacity, full capacity, full capacity, and a long way down. Yeah, we need 1 more for 500 liters. But that's not too bad then. We could have got away with 5 of each and still had a little bit left over. Either way, I'm happy with that. That's gone pretty brilliantly. And yeah, that's a lot of chickens that should now start producing eggs. We've got 30 chickens in here that will also start breeding as well, and chickens breed pretty quickly. I think one of the tricks with chickens is to make sure that you are that you're dealing with them and selling off chickens on a fairly regular basis. With 5 chickens, we should be able to breed fairly quickly. So we'll get that, or with 5 chickens in each pen, we should be able to breed fairly quickly and get a decent number of eggs out. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll have a lot of eggs all at once. The rest of this, though, this can all go in the cow shed and be stored for when we need to feed them later. And if we do 2 bags at a time, we'll do pretty well with this, and our chickens will be fed for quite a while. I almost feel like this cow shed is designed to be used as somewhere to store equipment as well. So park your tractors and things here if you've got this farm. There are some sheds down the other side as well. There's definitely a smaller yard than the main yard around here. Now that we've cleared space in this shed, let's see if we can get the flatbed into there. It's going to be a fun swing around. But yeah, there we are. And with the dolly trailer on this, I mean, it's going to not be too difficult to get a nice straight setup. We're more maneuverable with the JCB, so we can position these front wheels a lot better because of that. And as a result, it makes it much easier to back this up. We're doing much steeper angles, and you can see nicely parked in the shed and out the way. Done. Yeah, having the combine in the shed, much better choice. It's going to ease things a lot more. Right, so with that done, there's not really a whole lot more we can do today on the main part of the farm. We've just got to really get these contracts knocked out. And I think the weeding contract will knock out fairly quickly at this point. We want to collect on the other contracts. So this one here, yeah, this has no leasing costs, so that should be fine. We can collect that for 8,900. So we've still got 45,000 on that. That'll be fine. And then this stone contract is going to take us a while. Anything else kicking around? Big fertilizing contract. Nope. Otherwise, yeah, it's just this big fertilizing contract. That on field 4, though, I think that is going to cost an absolute fortune to do. Stone picker's getting fairly full, and we should get one more load off it today. I think it's at like 97, 98%, so it's going to stop any moment. And we can then just pull behind it. In fact, there we go. So we'll just pull behind this here and empty this out. The weeding contract should finish fairly soon as well. Yeah, we need to be in a better position than that. Let's back right up to the back of it. There it goes. Oh, no, not quite. Wow. Had to be really close to it. Right. Back that up there. Without hitting the stone. But am I really that far away from it? I really am that far away from it. Right, let's do this from outside here. Let's bring it right up beside it. Like that. Nearly whack our wing mirror. And that empties it out. So this puts us up to about 49% full. So that will continue on into the evening. We should get 3 more loads of stones into this trailer before we go and tip it, which should be fairly good. I might actually go and tip this now, see if we can take advantage of the full the full bonus in the debris crusher at the moment, and get a little bit of extra cash for that in. The weeder in field 28 is not far from finishing as well. That's on the headlands, so that will be finished by next time too. And we should end up with enough money to be able to go and buy that field, and in which case we should be able to then get some silage done with any luck. For now, though, it has gone 20 past 6 in the evening, so I'll leave this here, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.